You got the file, Shiva?
I got the file.
Okay.
I'm downloading.
Just open it, yeah. Just check whether you're able to see my screen.
It is downloading.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, your screen, yes. Yeah, your screen, yes. But let me just see the downloading.
साइश
Yes.
मेरा वॉइस क्लियर है क्या कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है?
No disturbance at all. Everything is clear. Everything is clear.
मैं एक नया हेडफोन लिया तो मैं चेक कर रहा था whether it is working
No,
fine.
it's superb. No disturbance at all.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
It's a big file or?
No, just 700 KB.
Then why is not downloading?
Or shall I send it in your mail address?
Yeah, mail address is fine, I think.
Or maybe
Shiva,
WhatsApp.
Actually, you told that it's taking a longer time, so even I tried downloading it. मेरा तो download हो गया है.
हो गया क्या?
Yeah, yes.
You finished it, huh?
Yes, I can view the file. There are sheets like employee information, validation, payroll, right? Yeah. So.
It is only 60 KB.
60 KB only.
60.
Sometimes it takes some time, so you need to click on that download option multiple times. You may have to click around 3 to 4 times.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, now it's okay, I think. Multiple times. It is going to sign into your Microsoft account.
Sorry, Teams or Excel? What are you saying?
Excel.
About? Yeah, Excel by default it will take your sign-in account only. So that's okay. So you may try downloading it, save your file, and once you reopen, it will work. So Amardeep, I am placing myself on mute.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, Shiva, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, Amardeep.
Yeah.
What I suggest you can send it through mail.
Mail. Okay, fine.
Sorry, I've unmuted myself once again for a minute. But Shiva, once you'll come to download the file, if you'll click on those 3 triple dots, the last option is get link. Can you try once so that even we can get a confirmation that it is working or not?
Copy link, huh?
Get link is one of the copy link is there.
Copy link is there, yes. Loading.
Okay, so
put in copy link. You don't have access to this file. Our file does not exist. That's what it says.
Okay. All right, no issues. Thank you.
Because some problem is there. Might be from our office, might be security issues.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
You send it through mail?
Yeah.
Amardeep, did you send it through mail?
Yeah, I'm just sending it. Can you message me your mail address?
1 minute.
हाँ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
हाँ, got it. Yeah, I'll send it.
Yeah, I received.
Mm-hmm. What you can do is you can create a folder and save that file into that folder. Hello.
Yeah.
You
Save
got the
it.
file?
I got the file and I'm saying it.
Huh. Once you open it, just tell me.
Yeah. What is the file name?
Advanced Excel assignment.
Yes.
You can open that.
Yeah, open that.
Huh. So can you see there are many sheets here? EMPNF, validation,
payroll,
payroll,
mixed
mixed cell.
cell,
Okay, fine.
scenarios, financial functions.
Fine. And you can see my screen.
Yes, I'm seeing
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now I want to insert a blank sheet in this workbook. So how will you insert a blank sheet?
Normally I do. I just put the plus cell and then.
Correct. Perfect. So there are multiple ways. So one method is you right click on any sheet and you select
and then
insert, or you can also click on this plus symbol,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
you press Shift F11. Shift F11 is a keyboard shortcut for inserting a blank sheet in the same workbook. Okay, Shift F11.
Okay.
Now, what is Excel? Excel is called as a spreadsheet
Okay.
or a worksheet. A spreadsheet or a worksheet means it is made up of rows and columns. Okay, so these are the rows and you have columns. Now, how many rows and columns do you think is present in Excel sheet?
The
How
other
many
day you
rows?
told me about 10 million, the 10
Correct.
lakhs,
10 lakhs, 40,576
40,576,
rows.
yeah.
So, but now if I press Control down arrow, I can see only 65,536 rows.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And if I try to see how many columns are there, how do you check how many columns are there? You go to the last cell and you type equal to column, open and close bracket. It is giving me 256. But what is the number of
equal
columns?
to?
Equal to column. Equal to column, open and close bracket. You go to the last column, select any cell, and you type equal to column, open and close bracket. So this is a function which will give me the column number of any column. Okay. So since we are in the last column, this will give me the number of the last one. Suppose I type equal to column, open and close bracket in the first column, it will give me the number as 1. That means we are in the first column. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
But the number of columns you should be getting is 16,384.
I see. 16,384 columns.
That is how much columns are there. When we started the macros training, we saw that there are 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. But why am I getting this lesser number?
No idea.
Because you know that there are many versions of Excel. Yeah, there is 2003, then came 2007, then we have 2010, and the latest is 2019.
Yeah.
Till 2000.
Now I have Office 365 using.
2019 or Office 365. So we have two versions of that. Now, till 2003, the number of rows were 65,536 rows, and columns were 256. From 2007 onwards, the number of rows becomes 10,48,576 and columns are 16,384. That is from 2007 onwards. So this file on which we are working right now, it was created in 2003. Now, how do you know it is created in 2003? On the title bar on the top, you will see something called as compatibility mode.
Correct. Yeah.
So if you see compatibility mode, that means it is a file created in the earlier version, that is 2003. Okay, that is why it is showing 65,536 rows. Right. Because in 2003 version, this was the maximum row. Okay, now I want to convert this into the latest format. So the extension of the file that is in 2003 is .xls, but from 2007 it becomes .xlsx. So if I want to convert this into the 2007 format, what you do is you click on File. Okay, in File you have option called as Info. In Info there is option called as Convert. For convert when நம்ம வந்து click பண்ணோம்னா it will convert the old version file into the latest format.
New version.
So click on, you will get a dialog box like this. Just click on OK and say yes. Now the file has been converted to the latest format. Now if I go to the last row, it will show me 10,40,576.
Okay.
So now the file has been converted, and you no longer see that compatibility mode on the top.
Right.
And if I go to the last column and I give equal to column open and close bracket, it will give me 16,384.
Yeah. How you go to the last column so quick? Just
control and right arrow.
Okay.
Control right. Okay. And if you want to go to the first cell, you just press Control Home. Control Home will take you from anywhere to the first cell. Right. Then suppose I want to jump to a specific cell. Either you click on this name box. Name box is, you can see that where the A1 is written. That is on name box. Or you press Control G. Control G will display a window like this. This is called as a go-to window. Here also we can go to any. You can go to any cell that you want. Correct. So these are some shortcuts to navigate in a worksheet. Okay. Now in the blank sheet, we'll start from the basics first. You can just type this sales, purchase, you can just have some random values. Once done, just tell me.
What is that? You want me to create?
Yeah, you need to type these values here.
Okay.
In a blank sheet, just type these values. You can type any random values.
Yeah. Finish.
Now we need to calculate the commission. Now commission is suppose 2% on the sales. So normally what we do is we calculate the commission for 2010, then you drag it across, right? Or you copy and paste it. So I'll show you an easier method. What I'll do is we'll select the entire commission row, that is from B6 to E6. Okay. So whenever you select a range, the starting cell is always the current cell, the active cell. So if I select your range like this, the active cell will be B8. The starting cell will be the active cell. So in this case, the active cell is going to be B6. And when I type any formula or function, it will be always displayed in the active cell first. So I will type equals. Once you select the range, don't click anywhere, just type equal. It will automatically come in the active cell. So I want to calculate the commission as 2% on sales. Now, if I press enter, it will give me the calculation only for the current cell. But I want to fill the entire selected range. So you press Control Enter. So instead of enter, you press Control Enter and you will see that the entire selected range has been filled with the results. Okay. Likewise, for calculating the gross, I select the entire range first. Gross will be total sales minus sum of all the expenses. Enter. Likewise, tax will calculate as 30% of gross. Control Enter. Net will be gross minus tax.
This visible formulas that you just go to, how you quickly did that?
There is a shortcut for that. There is a shortcut for that. Now, suppose I want to edit a formula. Fine. If I want to edit the formula for gross for 2010, what we normally do is you press F2 or you double click on that. But when you double click or when you press F2, it will display the formula only for the current cell, selected cell. But suppose I want to see all the formulas in the entire worksheet, there is a shortcut for that. Below the escape key, there is a character like this. So in your laptop, the position might be. So if you press Control and that particular character, it will show you all the formulas in the entire worksheet.
I see.
And to see the results again you press Control and that particular character. That character is called as tilde. So if you press Control and tilde, it will show you all the formulas. There is a shortcut. If you forget the shortcut, you can do it through the tab also. You go to formulas and you click on show formula. So there is an option called as show formula. In formula auditing, show formula. If you click on that, even that will work.
Where in the
in formulas,
okay.
You have a group called as formula auditing. Formula auditing next to that trace precedents.
Show formulas,
Show formula. Or the shortcut is Control tilde.
So for that I just group it and then I just enter.
No,
but
your
when
cell
enter
can
it, that selection goes, right?
No, the selection can be anywhere.
No. I'm just saying when I just enter the formula, if I just put is equal to and then I put the formula, right? I just select the cells. I just select all the ranges.
No. First you need to select the range.
Yeah, I select the ranges. Okay.
Select the range. Then you put the formula.
When I put the formula. Okay. Should not
Don't
do
click.
anything.
Don't click anywhere. Select the range.
Okay.
Directly
and
type.
Then directly. Okay. Then I just do. Now
then you press Control Enter.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is an alternative method. Even if you give formula for a single cell and you drag it across, it is absolutely right.
Right.
This is an alternative method.
Okay.
So
still, this is one step. In fact, lesser reducing.
So you don't have to every time. You don't have to every time drag it across or copy and paste it. So
normally I just use Control R. I just use
Control R will also work. Control R, Control D, even that.
Control R, Control D I just normally use, but this is more advanced little bit. Yeah.
So here you can see in gross for 2010, the formula is B2 minus sum of B3 to B6. But when you copy to the next column, it has automatically become C2 minus sum of C3 to C6, D2 minus sum of D3 to D6. Okay. So whenever you copy and paste the formula, Excel will always consider the addresses of the next column or the next row. And this is called as relative reference. So relative reference means the cell address will automatically change. The cell address will change. So this is the default reference. Whenever you give any formula or function, it will be always relative reference. Okay. Now, this is the table that I have. Now, suppose I want to select the table. How will I select the table? Using the keyboard. The complete table I can select one now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So normally what you do is, if you have the mouse, you drag it across.
Yeah, that's what the mouse only use it.
You press Control A.
Control A.
A. Suppose your cell is inside the table and you press Control A, only the active table will be selected.
Correct. Okay.
But suppose your cell is outside and if you press Control A, the whole sheet will get selected.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, after I select the table, I'll press the function key F11 and automatically your graph will be plotted. Once you select the table select panna appuram.
Yeah. After
Control
selection of table.
After selection of the table, you press the function key F11.
Yeah.
The moment I press F11, automatically your graph will be plotted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the graph will be plotted on a new sheet. You will see something called as chart 1.
Yeah.
Now, when the graph is plotted, on the top, you will see some more tabs, additional tabs, design and format. Can you see on the top, design format?
Yes. Design format.
Now, this will be displayed only if the graph is selected. Suppose I click outside the graph, then those tabs will not be displayed.
Yeah. Okay.
So now this is a default graph. This is called as a column graph. Suppose I want to change the graph. Suppose I want to change the graph to a pie graph or a line graph. You click on design. In design, select change chart type on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And you will get a window like this. From here, you can select any type of graph that you want.
Right.
So this is a line graph. Then I can have a pie graph also.
Okay.
We can also have a 3D graph. In column, the last option, there is a 3D graph.
Okay.
So I'll convert this into a column graph again.
Okay.
Now, on the background, we can see some horizontal lines.
Yes.
Okay. These are called as the grid lines. Suppose I want to remove the grid lines, select any one grid line. All the grid lines will be selected and you press delete from the keyboard.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that is one method. Or when I select the graph, on the right top, you can see there is a plus symbol.
Plus one, yeah.
And the plus symbol, click pannamna, you will get all these options here. So I can also uncheck grid lines from that.
Great. Yeah, okay.
Now suppose I want to display the values above the bars. You check data labels. So you can see all the values in the bars here. Now, this background that you see, the white background, that is called as a plot area. We can also display any images or company's logo in the plot area. So for that, right click, keep your mouse anywhere in the background, right click, format plot area. You will get a window like this on the right hand side. There you click on fill and you select picture or texture fill. You'll get some backgrounds like this.
Right.
Okay. Suppose I want to put an image, you can click on picture source. In picture source, click on insert and you can have any images also. So instead of images, we can also have a gradient fill. Gradient fill means from this option you select gradient fill. So gradient fill will give you some color combinations. So I can have different color combinations also. So if I scroll down, I get some gradient stops here. So I can use these pointers to select different colors. Now suppose I want to select the color of Indian flag. I can select the first pointer. Then from the colors, I can select any color that I want. So we can create our own combination also.
Right.
We can also have a title here. So I will go to insert. In insert, there is something called as word art, extreme right left word art, and I can select any design from here, and I can say I can have it like this. Now, where is the data for this particular graph?
It is in the Excel, other Excel.
Sheet 1.
That is the sheet one, yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I press F11, the graph will be plotted on a new sheet. Okay. But suppose I want a graph in the same sheet. One method is, after you select the range, you click on insert. In insert, you select the graph, and you can select any graph from here. Okay. Or there is also a shortcut for this. You press Alt F1. Alt F1 is the keyboard shortcut for plotting a graph in the same sheet. Alt
F1
plus F1. Function key F1. This is a keyboard shortcut. So suppose you forget the keyboard shortcut, you can also go through insert. Insert la poite, you select the graph that you want from here. Okay. And to remove the graph, just click on the graph, select it, and you press delete.
Okay.
The graph will be removed. So this much is clear?
Yeah, clear. Now go to the graph, the chart again. There is a chart title also would appear normally instead of Bharat.
Correct.
Go up.
So if you click on this, there is a chart title.
Chart title is there.
You can have a chart title from here.
That will be on the top. I see.
That will be on the top. But suppose you want to give the company name, bold, some designs, then you can use this word art for that.
Right.
Either on the you get normal.
Normal.
This you can't give any designs for that. But using the word art, you can give some designs also.
Okay.
Now this chart that you see here, can you see on the bottom there are the years 2010, 2011, 2012. Okay. So these are called as legends.
Legends, yeah.
Fine. Now this graph is showing me all the particulars. That is sales for all the years, purchase for all the years. Now suppose I want to see all the details year-wise. I want the years on the x-axis. Here you have two axes. Here y-axis, x-axis. So I want to see the sales, purchase, expenses for 2010. Then sales, purchase, expenses for 2011. So I want to see all the values year-wise. So how will I do that?
You have to go to plus and do it, something.
No. So we need to switch the axis.
Yeah.
So you click on design. In design, you have an option called as switch row or column.
Okay.
Suppose I click on switch row column. Now I get it year-wise. So these are the values for 2010. These are for 2011. So you can do a comparison.
Okay.
Year-wise comparison. You can do it. And in the legends, you will see all the sales, purchase, expenses, and everything.
Okay.
If I click on switch row column again, it will go back to the original
Cool.
chart that we have.
Okay.
Now I will go to A15 and I'll type 10,000. In B14, 10%. Now I want to calculate 10% of 10,000 here. So how will I calculate 10% of 10,000? Equals this multiplied by 10%.
Yes.
Right. Now, can I drag it across?
Instead of that, originally you told me, no, about just to select the range and then do control enter.
Correct. Okay.
Then
okay,
automatically.
Fine. So, why I'm getting 260, 24, 12? Why?
Because 10% on 10,000, 20% on 10,000, 30% on that. So, yeah.
Because here it is giving me A15 into B14, that is, it is calculating 10% of 10,000. But when I drag it to the next column, it is taking 20% of 1,000. Right? Because by default, it will be always relative reference. Here it is giving me 30% of 200. But
Yes.
But what I want here is 20% of 10,000. Here I want 30% of 10,000. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to my original formula here and put a dollar sign before A and after A. Now if I drag it across, it should give me the correct values. So what does the dollar sign do? It makes that particular value a constant.
Constant, yes.
Okay.
That
Now,
yes.
In A15, what is A? A is the column.
15 is a row.
15 is the row. So when I put a dollar sign before A, that means the A column is completely locked. Likewise, when I put a dollar sign before 15, that means the 15th row is completely locked. So when you have a dollar sign before A, that is a column, and before 15, that is a row, the value in A15 is completely locked.
Locked, yes.
And when you lock it, the value becomes a constant. And this is called as absolute reference. So absolute reference means the cell address is locked. So if the dollar sign is before the column, column will be locked. If it is before the row, row will be locked. Now, can I drag this formula down so that I can calculate 10% of all these values?
Yes, the same way you can just lock the B14.
Correct. So I need to lock B14.
Yeah.
And the shortcut for inserting the dollar sign is F4.
F4, yes.
Now, will this formula work?
Will not, because you have to remove that A15.
Dollar sign from 15. Correct. This will give me. Now, what about 20%? 20% I can again lock C14.
Yeah.
And remove the dollar sign before 15 and then drag it down. This is absolutely right. But here I have only 5 columns. I can easily do it. But what if I have some 20-25 columns? Should I do the same process 20-25 times? Or can I have a single formula here which will work across as well as downwards?
That I don't know about that.
See, when I drag it downwards, should the row change or the column change?
It's a row change.
Row should change. But when I drag it across, the column should change. That means B14 should become C14. So what I'll do is, Here, I'll just remove the dollar sign before B
Hmm.
because I want the column to change.
Hmm.
We are locking A because the values in A should not change.
Hmm.
And we are locking 14 because the percentages are in the 14th row. That should not change.
Hmm.
So I can now drag it downwards as well as across.
Hmm. Yeah, okay.
So your one formula will work
Yes. For
in
both.
both the directions. So when you have either the column or the row locked, it is called as mixed references. So in Excel we have three types of references: relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference.
Right.
Reference means either column or row is locked. Okay,
Okay.
this is clear.
Yeah, clear.
Fine. I'll rename the sheet as references. Now you see that there are many sheets here. We have mixed cell, scenarios, financial functions, right? Now, how do we select the next sheet using the keyboard?
Shift Control right arrow.
No. You press Control page down. Control page down
Control page. Yeah,
to
yeah.
go to the next sheet. Control page up to go to the previous sheet.
Hmm.
But suppose you have many sheets. Let us say you have 40 sheets.
Hmm.
You are in the first sheet and you want to go to the 35th sheet.
Hmm.
Will you press Control page down 35 times?
That is, yeah, that's what I know.
See, can you see this navigational buttons?
Yeah, navigator I use normally.
Just right click on that.
Hmm.
The moment you right click, you will see the list of all the sheets that is available in the workbook.
Yes.
From here, you can jump to any sheet that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this I used.
Okay?
Yes.
Just have the right click panna porom.
Yeah.
If you click on the forward button, it will take you one sheet. But if you right click on that, it will show you the list of all the sheets.
Okay.
From here, you can jump to any sheet you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So even if you have some 30 or 40 sheets,
Yes.
the
Yes.
complete list will be shown, and you can jump to navigate to
Next.
any sheet that you want. Okay.
Mm.
Now select the sheet called as mixed cell. What we need to do here is we need to calculate the percentage sale of each product. Okay. Now how will you do this?
Normally I just enter control.
Control what?
Enter control mouse. I just use control and then click that each time.
No, I want to calculate percentage sale. Now the thumbs up sale of thumbs up is 2.66. So I want to see how much is the sale of thumbs up from a particular figure. Okay, suppose I'm getting 400 marks out of 600. How do you calculate the percentage? You type 400 divided by 600 into 100.
Into 100, yeah.
Right. So before we calculate the percentage sale of each product, we should be calculating the total sales first. Okay. How do you calculate the total sales of each? We use a summation. Right. So normally what we do is you click on the summation symbol in the home tab, or you type equal to sum and select the range.
Yes.
I'll show you easier method. I select the whole total row, that is B7 to K7, and you press Alt equal to.
Yes.
Alt equal to is the keyboard shortcut for summation. Alt plus equal to sign. the shortcut for summation.
Okay.
Now we need to find out how much is 2.66 from 197.85. So equals 2.66 divided by 197.85. So it says the sale of thumbs up is 1.34% of the total sales.
Keep that as constant.
Correct. So before I drag it down, the total sales should be constant. And how will you make it constant? By inserting $sign F4. Now I can drag it down. If it gives me the total as 100% or 1, that means the calculations are correct. Now what about West sales? Can I copy and paste this?
You cannot do it because the 100, the B7 is constant.
Correct. So one method is I can copy this, paste it here. When I paste it, the formula has become
B7. Then I have to just change it to E.
Again, I need to change this to D7. But again, this is going to be a time-consuming process. Instead of that, can I make some change here so that when I copy and paste it, B7 automatically becomes D7, S7.
Yeah, you can just do the B column, you can just lock it. Only
Correct.
B. 7 you remove it, yeah.
No, we need to lock 7.
Lock the 7, not the B.
Correct. Remove the $sign before B. Unlock the column.
Yes.
Now I have made changes only in the first row. The rest of the row still has the old formula. So after you make the changes, again you drag it down so that the changes will be applied for the entire range. Then you just copy and paste it. Again, paste it. Again, paste it. So this is how you can use the locking.
Yes.
B3 divided by B$7.
Max reference, yes.
Now select the payroll sheet. Now this is just a dummy database. Okay. Now what is important is understanding the concepts and the functions. Once the concepts and the functions have been understood, they can be used on any kind of database. Now for our training, we will not make any changes to this database. What we'll do is we'll create a copy of this payroll sheet and learn the concepts and functions on that. Okay. Now how will you create a copy of this payroll sheet? I want to create a duplicate copy of the payroll sheet.
You want to copy a sheet. Control right click it and then copy it to another.
Correct. So right click on the sheet name, move or copy. Then you check create a copy. Then click on OK.
Yes.
So automatically it will create one more sheet called as payroll 2. So if you want to rename it, just double click and rename it as calculations. Okay. You also create a copy of the payroll sheet and rename it as calculations.
Okay. Yeah, done.
Done? Okay. In the calculation sheet, go to the column next to salary, give the header as HRA and TA.
Next to that, there are two columns.
In the calculation sheet, go to the next to the salary column and create two columns, HRA and TA.
Done.
Now we are going to calculate the HRA as 40% of salary. So equals salary into 40%. So we have calculated the HRA for the first employee. There are 100 employees here. How do you calculate the HRA for the rest of the employees?
Drag it. Control D.
Correct. One method is you press Control D or you drag it. But when I drag it, sometimes dragging might go beyond the database.
Yes.
Yes. So again,
Yes.
you need to resize it. So ensure that
Hmm.
just keep your mouse on the corner of the cell. It will change into a black plus sign. At that time, you just double click it. The moment you double click it, it will automatically calculate up to the end of the database.
Oh,
There
this
is
is
no need to
but
drag it. This is much better. So even if you have some
only
thousands
up
or
to that level. Even Control
up
D
to
is it's not that
uh,
yeah basically yeah.
even for I think Control D, you need to select the range, right? Then you press Control D.
Correct.
So
But
even
here
when you
this
just keep your mouse to the corner, double click it, automatically it will calculate up to the last row. And this will work even if there is a blank. Now, for example, let us say
but only when there is a data, there is a space is there. The
now, so
blank
for
cells are
example,
there.
no. See, in the 7th row, suppose I am making it blank.
Yes.
7th row, you don't have a salary. Even then, it will work. If I double click it,
Yeah. No, that is fine. What I am trying to say, just come down. 102.
If I type
There
some
are some
salary
data.
here,
103. There are data is there. No, 103. There is no data. From the 103, there is data.
Okay. Let us say I have some data here.
Yes. Now, when you just do this thing, yeah.
It won't work.
It will not.
Till 3 rows, it will work.
Hmm.
If you have continuous 3 rows, it will work. For example, let us say after 25,000, I don't have any data here, but the moment I type 15,000, it will automatically calculate.
Yeah.
Till 3 rows.
Oh, till 3
After
rows.
till 3 rows, if it is consecutive, it will calculate.
Okay.
Likewise, we can also calculate the TA. Now, TA is suppose 20% of the salary. Now, I can do the calculation of TA as I did for HRA. I can just say equals H2 into 20% will give me the TA value. This is absolutely right. But my question is that, can I do the calculation of TA using absolute reference? Locking of the cell.
Yeah, F4.
No. See, one method is you type equal to H2 into 20%. Right? This is absolutely right. Now 20% is common. It is constant. So can I use absolute reference to calculate TA instead of giving equal to H2 into 20%? Can I use absolute reference here?
I have no idea.
Can I type 20% somewhere here? Say, let us say,
yeah, somewhere
here, 20%, and then take a reference of this.
And then do it. Yes.
That can be done. Like we did it here in references. We typed 10%, 20%, and then you took a reference of that.
Yeah.
Right. Same way we can also do it here. I'll also show the advantage of using this method. So what I'll do is I'll insert one blank row above the header, and then above
That is
TA
what.
will type 20%, take a reference of that. Now how will you insert a blank row?
Yeah, just block the row and then control shift control plus.
Or there are again multiple methods. One method is you right click on this row and you select
And then
insert,
insert.
or you select the row and you press control shift plus sign, or you press alt IR. Alt IR. Alt.
Oh, here in the TA column, alt IR. Huh?
Select any cell in the header and you press alt IR.
Oh, I see.
I means insert, R means row.
Then same way Alt IC also is possible.
Correct. So if I press Alt IC, it is inside a blank column.
Alt plus IC or just Alt IC?
Alt IC, just Alt IC. You first press Alt, leave it, then you press I, then you press C.
Oh, I see. I R. Okay, very easy. Okay, good.
So now you type 20%. Now my formula will be equal to H3 multiplied by J1. Why am I getting value error? J1 should be locked.
Yeah.
Now, what is the advantage here? Today the TA is 20%. Tomorrow, suppose the TA becomes 25%. I just need to go to TA, make it J1 and make it 25, and all the values will be recalculated.
Yes, that's right.
So I need to make change only in a single cell. It will be automatically updated wherever the reference is taken. I can take the reference of J1 in a different sheet also. Suppose I go to the sheet called as mixed cell. Here I type equals say 1000 multiplied by, I'll take the reference of J1 from calculations. So you'll get it like this. Now if I make any changes in J1, it will be automatically updated in that mixed cell also. So now if I go here, it has changed. So I can take the reference from a different sheet or from a different workbook also.
Okay. Right.
So now our company is doing fine. So Diwali is coming, so we have a bonus. Now I want to give the bonus only for employees working in sales. There are many departments here. We have admin department, finance, CCD, marketing. But I want to give bonus only for sales employees. So how to do this? Can I use filters here?
No idea.
See, you can use filters. Suppose, see, my objective here is to give bonus only to sales employees. So I will apply a filter first. Then in the department, I'll type sales. So all the sales employees are displayed. Then I'll go to bonus. Say 5000 is the bonus. And then I'll just double click.
Yeah.
Now if I remove the filters, you see that
Only this. Yes.
wherever you have sales, it has calculated bonus for them. So I can do it like this, right?
Yes, yes. This I know.
But what is the limitation here? Any limitation that you can think of? Suppose Suraj is working in the admin department, the first record. Suppose he has been transferred to the sales department. Will it calculate the bonus for him automatically? Suppose I type sales here. Will it calculate the bonus for him automatically?
No, it won't.
It won't. So any calculations done by sort or filters are not dynamic. So one limitation is they are not dynamic.
Yeah.
Now you have some 18 to 20 employees working in the sales. Tomorrow, suppose new employees join the sales department, and if I want to calculate the bonus for them, again I need to resort it or refilter it and then do the calculations. So that is one more limitation. Third limitation is that here I'm giving the bonus for sales, but tomorrow I decide to give the bonus for sales, marketing, as well as finance. And the bonus values are different. Then your calculation becomes more time consuming and tedious. right? So instead of using a filter or a sort, we'll use something called as functions. So you must have used many functions in your daily work, like sum, average, max, min, VLOOKUP, right? So
Yes.
what are functions? So functions are independent programs built in Excel and will always return a value. Will always return a value means what? Suppose I have some values here. If I want to take the sum of this, one method is I can say 125 plus 45 plus 78 plus 32. Or I can also use a function called as sum. In both the cases, I am getting the same result. But here I have used a formula. Formula means using the operators like plus sign, minus sign, okay, multiplication.
Yes.
But when I'm using a sum function, I'm not using any operators. I'm specifying the starting cell and the ending cell, and automatically it is giving me the sum of all the values. So your function will always return a value. So when I'm using the sum function, it is giving me some result. Something is given back, right? So that is what we mean by saying your functions are independent programs and will always return a value. The value will be either the result or it will be an error. But something will be returned. Also, when you will see that when I'm using the sum function, I'm not using any operators here. That is because all the functions should have something called as arguments. So in this case, all the values between 07 to 010 are the arguments of the function sum. So here you can see number 1, number 2. So these are the arguments. So what are arguments? Arguments are values given to function at the result. Every function should have at least one argument. If you don't specify the correct number of arguments, the function is going to give an error. Okay. But there are some functions which do not require any argument. For example, suppose I want to display the current date. I'll just type today, open and close bracket, and we'll see the current date. So when I'm typing the today function, I'm not giving any arguments here.
Yeah.
Still, it is giving me the correct value.
Well.
That is because it is taking the argument directly from the system. So these are called as specialized functions for which you don't have to specify any argument. But for other functions, you need to specify the correct number of arguments. Likewise, you have one more function called as now. Now will give the date and time. Okay.
Okay.
Now there are more than 350 functions available in Excel. Now suppose I want to see the list of functions available in Excel. One method is you click on this FX on the formula bar, or you press Shift F3. When you press Shift F3, it will display a window like this, which will display all the functions that can be used in Excel. All these functions, they are classified into different categories. So if I select from the drop down all, it will show me all the functions that can be used in Excel. Suppose I select financial functions, only the financial functions. Likewise, you have date and time. Then you have max, trigonometric, statistical functions. So here for calculating the bonus, we'll be using a function called as if, which comes under logical category. So in logical, we have if, and not, or, all these functions. If it's a function, so it will have some arguments. Let us see what are the arguments here. In if function, we have 3 arguments. It lasts for a condition, true value, and you have false value. So whenever you want to do a conditional calculation, you can use a if. If you want to do a calculation based on a condition, you can use if for that. Now, what is our condition here? Our condition is that if the employee is working in the sales department, then give a bonus. So if department equal to sales, then give the bonus, or else no bonus. Now, department equal to sales is the condition. If the condition is satisfied, whatever is given the true value. So bonus is a true value and no bonus is a false value. Always the arguments will be separated by a comma. Okay. So if the condition is satisfied, whatever is given in the true value, that will be assigned. And if the condition is not satisfied, whatever is given the false part, that will be assigned. Okay. So this is a syntax. Let us apply this function. But before that, you just tell me from which row does the actual data start?
3.
Correct. First is a blank, second is a header, but the actual data starts from the third row. Now we'll be checking for which cell value. You are checking for the department, right?
Yes.
So department is in the D column.
D.
And the data starts from the third row. So we'll be checking for the value that is in D3. Correct?
Yes.
Always a formula or function should start with the equal to sign. So it will be equal to if, then I'm checking for the value that is in D3. D3 is sales. So whenever you are checking for text values or alphanumeric values, it should be always given in double quotes. If you are checking for a numerical value, there is no need to give the quotes. Okay. So if D3 equal to sales, then comma 5000. 5000 is the true value. 0 is the false value. So this means if the value in D3 is sales, then assign 5000, else 0. After that, you can just double click it. And you'll see that wherever the department is sales, they are getting assigned 5000. You can also try this out. Done.
Why it should be given in the inverted commas?
When you are checking for a text value, it should be given in double quotes.
Test value. So I can click the func function. So test logical test always you have to give it in inverted commas.
Inverted commas. Not always. If you are checking for a numerical value, there is no need to give the quotes.
Right.
If you are checking for a number, then you don't have to give the quotes. If you are checking, let us say, if, for example, here, let us say I'm checking for the salary. Okay. If the salary is more than 10,000, then some value. So I will say equals if
H3
H3 greater than say 20,000, anything, then say bonus apply, else
no.
So wherever the value is more than 20,000, it will say yes.
Yeah.
So bonus apply. So 22,500. So not necessarily that everywhere the code should be given, only for text values or alphanumeric values.
Okay. Okay.
Now here everyone is getting 5,000 as a fixed bonus. Right. Now suppose I want to give the bonus as a percentage of salary. Say 25% of salary. Then
sales DC sales into 25%.
No, it will be 25% on the salary.
Yeah. H3.
So,
I had to just
correct. So replace this 5,000 with 25%, but 25% of what? H3.
Yeah.
Calculate the bonus as a percentage rather than a fixed bonus. What if I want to display no bonus in text instead of 0? Then you need to write no bonus in quotes because it is a text value.
Text value.
So text value in this it should be given in quotes.
Okay.
So everywhere you will see no bonus.
Okay.
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 So want to take a break or we'll continue? 10 minutes break, one more.
Yeah. It's okay. For me, okay. For you, what about yourself?
Just have a glass of water and come back.
Yeah, okay.
1 minute. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, Amma. Yeah.
So this much is clear.
Yeah, clear.
Here, let us say I'm giving the bonus only for employees working in sales. Now suppose I want to give the bonus for employees working in sales south. Okay, that means employee should be in sales as well as he should be from the southern region. Then only he will get a bonus. How will I do this? That means I don't want to give the bonus for employees working in sales east, sales west, or sales north. Only sales south employee should get the bonus. Then how will you do this?
If bracket, comma, open the bracket, department is equal to sales and a comma,
South.
yeah,
It should be in quotes like this.
in quote, yeah, not commas, yes. That if department is equal to sales, and the other one is what?
Region.
Region, yeah. Region is east, south.
South. So here I should write.
And region, comma region is equal to
South.
Comma will be enough, huh? And no, there is no and is squared.
And in the sense, I can't use this. This is not
Possible, yeah.
Permitted. Permitted in the sense, and means it will join. It will not calculate. Consider it as different conditions.
Okay.
This will not work, but because we have two conditions here.
Yes.
Right. So whenever you have what you said was partly correct. When you have multiple conditions, then a single if will not work. We need to use additional functions like and, or. When you have multiple conditions.
Yes.
So let us see when to use and, when to use or. When I have two conditions, say condition 1 and condition 2. If I want to satisfy both the conditions at the same time, I'll use a AND function. But if I want to satisfy any one condition, it can be condition number 1 or it can be condition number 2, then I'll use OR function.
OR condition.
OR function. So any one condition means OR, both condition means AND. Okay. Now here the first condition is that department should be sales. That is the first condition. And the second condition is that region should be
south.
If I want to give the bonus only for sales south employees, that means both the conditions should be satisfied. That means I'll be using an AND function here. Okay. Now what happens if I use a OR function? Instead of using AND function, suppose I use a OR function, then who will get the bonus and who will not get the bonus?
OR function, if you use it, then both the people will get the bonus.
That means
if you use the AND condition, then only if there is a sales as well as the region. So people who are sales as well as south, then only they get that. So both conditions to be satisfied.
Correct. If I use the OR function here, OR function means what? Any one condition should be
anyone who is from sales, they also will get it. And then anyone who is irrespective of the department who are in south will get that.
Yeah. Who is in south, irrespective of any department, will also get the bonus. So OR means any one condition, and means all the conditions should be satisfied. So I'll use a AND function here. AND function. So it will be equal to if AND. Okay. So when I open the bracket of AND, it will ask for the arguments of AND function. So the first argument is that department should be sales. Then comma second argument of and will be, region should be east. Now we have only two conditions of and, so you can close the bracket of and here itself. Then again comma true value, comma false value. So this means if the person is working in sales and, sorry, it is south, right? So sales and south. Then assign 5,000 else 0. We have three.
Yes.
4.
Go up now and go and click that same thing. Just go and click the fx. Which is easier, the if function when you just write if conditions. This way
There
of
are two
writing
methods.
is yeah.
Correct. There are two methods. One method is you just type it out. You type the arguments. Or we can also display a function argument box. So one method, as you said, is you go to the fx and click on it, and you will get a window like this. This is the function argument box. So if I want to display it again, I don't have to go to fx and click it. I can just type equal to AF, open the bracket, and if press Control A, the function argument box will open.
Oh, I see. Control A.
Okay. Control A. After you type the function name.
Okay.
Control A, then automatically this will open. So some find typing the arguments easier, some find using the function arguments easier. So it is up to you. Whichever you want to use, whichever
But
is
for if
convenient for you.
functions, if functions, it is better to just use this argument like this originally, right? Instead of using the logical test. Yeah.
Or VLOOKUP, you can use that because here you are using multiple functions. So when you're using multiple functions, I always find it easier to use type it out. Typing, you know what the argument you want to give. For example, and again, see, when I open the bracket of if, automatically see here, we will test value of true, value false. Right?
Yes.
And if logical test is somewhat bold, it is dark. That means it is asking for that argument. So once I give and I open the bracket of and, logical one will be bold. So it is asking for the argument of the first argument of your and. So once I give D3 equal to sales, and the moment I press comma, automatically that logical 2 will become bold. So by looking at the boldness, I can identify the function is asking for which argument. Okay. This won't happen. E3 equal to south. Then once the bracket give a if the function value of true becomes bold. So now I know that give the true value. So the comma value becomes bold. So that argument. Then you close the bracket.
Good.
If I then
go to that function, that one, click it. Yes.
Then again you click on
fx.
So here I need to write and everything.
No, you just click the put is equal to if IF. Open the bracket, then it asks for Control A, right? IF and then Control A.
Yeah. Then Control A.
Control A.
Control A. A for apple.
Yes.
But in this case, after I open the function argument box of if, and I need to type manually.
The manually logical test, that screen is appearing, where I'm supposed to write. How do I just start? Here I just say sales.
Directly you write and.
Here D3 is equal to
Correct. D3 equal to and
sales.
quotes, you write sales.
And then comma.
E3
Right?
equal to
Sales. And then H3 is equal to
E3 equal to south.
H3 is equal to E3. Yeah.
E3
E3
equal to
is
south.
equal to
Then
south.
true value and then false value.
So two conditions are D3 is equal to sales and E3 is equal to say south.
Correct.
Then true values
5,000.
Yeah. No, some mistake is there for me. D3 is equal to sales, comma, E3 is equal to south. This is what
Correct.
I read that.
Then you close the bracket.
I have to. In the logical test also I have to put the brackets. No need for that, right?
No, you need to put the bracket because
There
after and, the opening bracket will come after and.
No. If I just do instead of writing the thing, I am just opening the functional arguments box. The other one. In that case, how do I just do that?
In and, you are opening the function argument box for and also.
Yeah, and also yes.
Okay. There you directly write then. See, equal to if and control A. Here you directly write.
Here and you have to put it. Okay.
D3 equal to.
So I just put it
sales.
if and then I just put the control A. That will not work.
That will not work.
Because two conditions are there. That formula is required.
Correct.
So if I just open the bracket and then control A.
Control A.
So logically here I put D3 is equal to sales. And then logic, another thing is E3 is equal to
south.
Right. Then the two conditions are done. Then okay.
Click on OK.
Then it is done. Then I just comma. Here inverted commas are not there. You have to give the inverted commas.
No. It will automatically take.
It didn't take. I just put is equal to if bracket open and control A.
Control A.
Control
you just
A, it
type
opens
D3 equal to sales.
I put that simply type D3 is equal to sales. And then next it goes to the next row. And next box, I just put E3 is equal to south.
No, you need to give the codes here. Correct. If you are not giving the codes, it is giving you a name error. Give the codes.
Yeah, name error. Yes. What am I supposed to do?
D3 equal to double quotes. Double quotes. Then E3 equal to south.
I have to give here also. Okay. It says false. It's okay.
Correct. False is correct because the first condition is not satisfied. Because that employee is working in.
Because in that the particular row, it is not satisfied.
It is not satisfied. Correct.
Then I just function
click
arguments.
on OK.
I just closed it and then OK.
Come back.
And then
true value and false value.
So
the bracket is getting closed, right?
Yeah, bracket closed. Yes.
Then give a comma. Then true value, comma, false value. Again, close the bracket.
Yeah. Then only these things only. Again, I have to give like this 5%. So 25% of that thing, and it can be done.
Correct.
So I just 5,000, comma 0,
and close it.
Okay, now just this is and.
So this means if the employee is working in sales and south, assign 5,000 L0.
So many years I just tried this. If now you made it very easy for me. Thank you very much. Yeah. So many years I tried. I've been afraid of using this, and then because of that, I just manually calculate so many times. Suffered a lot.
Areba. My God. Yeah. Okay. Now, so how many persons? Wait. Now, how many persons are getting the bonus in sales out? How
4.
many persons are getting?
4 people are getting.
How much?
4 people.
4 people. So what we normally do is we scroll through all the 100 records, right?
That's it. Yes.
But suppose you have some 10,000 or 50,000 records.
Mm-hmm.
How will you cross check whether Excel has done the calculations correctly or not? You can't scroll through the entire 50,000 or 1 lakh records. So what you do is you apply a filter. Okay, now how do you apply a filter? There is no need to select the whole database. You just press Control Shift L. Control Shift L.
L.
Control plus.
But where we have to keep the
cell
cursor?
can be anywhere. The
Cursor
cell can
anywhere.
be anywhere in the database.
But it automatically creates in the header.
Correct. Because by default, the first row will be considered as the header. Excel will consider the first row as the header.
Yes.
Then you click on the drop down of AND function and you check only 5,000. 5,000 மட்டும் check பண்ணிட்டு okay பண்ணோம்னா you should get 4 records. So in the bottom you can see 4 of 100 records found.
Yes.
And if you come to this department and region, you should see only sales south. If you see some other department or some other region, that means somewhere the calculation has gone wrong. Okay. And to remove the filters, again you press Control Shift L. Control Shift L will remove the filters as well as apply it. For both, shortcut is same. Fine?
Yeah, fine.
Now this was about AND function. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to calculate, I want you to give a bonus for employees. First is give a bonus for employees, sales and finance. Second thing is the bonus for employees joined before 2020. Can you try this? First is the bonus value is same 5,000.
Yes.
And for the first question, you should get the count as 25. That means 25% should have got the bonus.
25%.
25%. 25 employees should have 25 persons should have got the bonus. And in the second case, 62.
Okay.
62 employees should have got the bonus if you give the second condition. Can you try this?
Yes.
First, give the bonus of 5,000 for employees working in sales as well as finance.
Finance is in the department D. Sales and finance. Both you are just saying. But D3 itself, I had to just to give the condition again.
Correct.
D3 is sales and this thing. So it's equal to if and Control A is equal to double quote sales D equal to double quote finance false. Then okay, I just make it comma value 5,000 comma 0. Oh, here I've been caught because sales and finance is R function. It is right.
Yes,
So
correct.
instead of
Absolutely.
and, I just say R.
You need a correct, perfect. Hmm. Or function means either condition. Either the person is working in sales or is
R
working
in
in
finance.
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 So it will be
So now I
equals
just click that
if
5,000.
just change and to or.
So now there are 25 is there.
Correct, perfect.
And then what about 62 told?
No, no, that is a different question. That is the second question.
Different. Second question, yes.
Both are different, huh? The next column you tried for the. Now you need to give the bonus for employees who have joined before 1990.
Before 1990. So that is in column G.
Mhm.
I say this is another logic. So if I know, told me about that, is equal to if bracket open control logical test is before I can just say okay. I can just say G3 is less than
Mhm.
or equal to that date. What date?
Date, the year is 1990.
Here is 990.
But how is the hire date? The hire date is in a date format,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Her
we are
date isn't
checking
that.
and we are checking for the year.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
So we need
So,
to convert. We need to extract only the year from the date.
hmm,
Okay. Now, how will you display the current date? How will you display the current date equal to today?
current date is equal to today.
Today, open and close bracket.
Hmm, hmm,
Right.
hmm,
Now, the date it is formed of day, month, and year.
hmm,
Now, suppose I want the year part. There is a function called as year. Year of this date will give me the year part. Okay. Likewise, you also have a function called as month, which will give me the month part. And you also have a function called as day, which will give me the day part. Okay. Now, can I get the year part of the hire date?
yes, is equal to
Correct. So here I will write equal to year. Now, where is our date? It is in G3,
G,
right?
G, yeah.
Correct. So this is giving me the year of that particular joint date. Now I can put this inside if. So I'll say equal to if year of G3 before 1990 means it should be less than or equal to 1990. Okay, then 5000 comma 0. So if I make it less than 1990, that means before 1990, then I get 62 as the answer. And if I make it less than or equal to, I'll get the answer as 65. If I make it less than or equal to means even 1990 will be included.
Okay.
If year of G3 is less than or equal to 1990, then give 5000 else 0.
So first I had to just say equal year of G3.
G3. Then you put that year inside if.
Yeah. Year of G3. So I have calculated this time. Then is equal to I have like it open.
Open.
See, I just created is equal to year of G3. That I calculated. The year comes in. Now the is equal to afterwards. I just
Double
say
click.
if
No. Correct.
double click.
You first you double click it. And after that equal to you type if, open the bracket.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the year should come inside if.
Yeah.
Then you after G3, after the closing bracket of G3, less
I had
than
to
equal
close
to
that,
1990, comma 5000.
No, yeah.
That
Then
G3
bracket open it.
bracket will be closed.
Right. Is equal to 1990 less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to 1990, comma 5000, comma 0.
Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. I would just say less than is there. Or equal to.
Equal to will be before the backspace.
Right. Okay, that's right. Less than or equal to 5000.
No, less than or equal to 1990.
1990.
Then comma 5000, comma 0. That means if the year is less than or equal to 1990, we are assigning 5000.
Yes. That's okay. Now I can. Okay. So, yeah. Right. So now 100 rows. Okay, is there, but of course. Now I just have, okay, anywhere I can click that Control Shift.
Control Shift L.
Then again to create that automatic. See, easier now. Now every time I just do, now the suffering will go up. Yeah. Now I just
Now
say,
if you apply the filter, it will say 65 of 100 records found.
yeah, 62. Yes, that's right.
Correct.
Okay, good.
So we have seen how to use AND, how to use OR, right?
Now R and R used, and then afterwards another format also is there. We just did that. Yes, okay. Now if we go click here, formulas, I just show formulas. Show formulas. I can just
or you can press Control tilde.
Control
Tilde. Tilde is that character that is below the escape key.
Yeah, Control. Okay. Right. That is called tilde. Huh?
That is a shortcut. Tilde.
Control tilde. Right.
TLDE.
Okay. Yeah.
Tilde.
TLD. Oh, that is called this wave function.
Wave function, correct. Wave sign.
Wave sign. Yeah.
So if you press Control and that particular character, all the formulas will be displayed.
Yeah. This is multiple functions also can be done like this. Now I just combine two functions.
Correct.
Another one also I can create R like that. I can just create.
Correct.
How do I just create so many functions then?
Now
Multiple
suppose for
functions.
example, multiple if functions, we'll do that also. Suppose I have the departments. Okay, I have, let us say, admin, then I have sales, then I have finance. Now if the employee is working in the admin department, I want to give a bonus that is 10% of the salary. If the employee is working in sales, then 15%. Then
Finance,
if it's in finance, 20%. Now how will I use if here? Should I use if with and, or should I use if with or?
If I use the or only is correct, because all the people to be given this thing, but only thing is but here also there are two conditions are there, or as well as and is there, because if or means administration, sales and finance, I can just give or, okay, for all the people, all the three conditions are just given, but comma I put it, and I put
10%.
10%.
But how will
Yes.
Excel know that? How will Excel
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah.
That 10% has to be given for admin,
For admin
15%
and then
has to be
sales
given
one.
for sales.
Sales and then 15. Yeah, this is the problem. Yes. For this I don't have idea.
See, whenever you have multiple conditions, we need to use and or, right? But there are some rules to be followed when to use and, when to use or. So I'll just give the general rules. Ideally, we'll use or when you have multiple ones on the same field or column, you can say. Ideally, we'll use or when you have multiple conditions on the same field and giving same result.
The sense.
That means we had example like department equal to sales, and again department equal to finance. We just did this, right?
Yeah.
Even though they were working in different departments, they were getting the same bonus. That means the result was same. And ideally, when will you use and? When you have multiple conditions on different fields. When you have multiple conditions on different columns or different fields. But even in this case, giving the same result, like we had department equal to sales and we had region equal to south. We had multiple conditions on different fields. Region was a different field, department was a different field. But here again, they were getting the same bonus. But here, even though you have multiple conditions, in the same field, the result is not correct. The result is not constant. If everyone was getting 10%, then we could have used or here. But since the bonus percentages are different, we need to use something called as nested ifs or multiple ifs. So there is something called as nested ifs. Or it is also called as multiple ifs. So ideally, multiple ifs are used when you have multiple conditions giving multiple results. Okay. Now you don't have a function called as nested ifs. Nested if just means one if inside another if. So what are the arguments of a if function? There should be a condition. And if the condition is satisfied, a true value. Else a false value. What happens in nested if says, instead of giving the false part, you give one more if. Okay, you have condition true value, false value. So in the false value, you give the second if. Now the second if will have its own condition, condition 2, and if it is satisfied, true value. Else in the false part, again you give one more if. Now here you check for the third condition. Again, if this is satisfied, true value. Else,
Otherwise,
now we have only three conditions, so you can directly specify the false part. So we have 1, 2, 3, three opening brackets. So there should be three closing brackets. I'll copy and paste this. Can you try?
yeah, I can try. Is equal to if commence the bracket D3, commence the bracket D3 is equal to sales.
No, for what is the first condition here?
One
If it
condition
is
is
admin.
G3. D3 is equal to admin.
D3 equal to admin, correct.
Admin. Admin inverted the double
Inverted
quote.
commas, correct. Double quote.
Double quote admin.
Then what will be the true value for them?
10% of D3, right?
Correct. Of H3.
The 10% of H3, yes. This is the true
So
value.
if
Comma.
it is comma 10% of H3,
H3.
comma
10%.
again if
10% of Cup3 means that is just to put by into mark, right?
multiplication.
Multiplication H3 directly.
Correct.
Otherwise, if
Correct.
again I just open
So
again.
now you
If
check for sales.
yeah, then bracket open again. Sales.
Hmm.
Here it is again D3.
Correct.
D3 is equal to
Hmm.
double quote sales.
Comma. So if it is sales, what is the percentage?
Sales
15%.
double quote and then is equal to D3 is equal to sales. Then for that, then what is that? Nothing else is required.
No.
If sale D3
Then
is
means
equal to sales, then what else is
comma.
to be given?
Now, how much percentage are we giving for sales?
I have to give. See, after the admin, if bracket opens D3 is equal to double quote admin, double quote. What is the next one? I just put directly 10%. Is it okay? No.
No. Comma 10% into H3.
Comma 10%. Yeah. Administration.
Correct.
If it D3 is equal to, then it is 10%. Comma. Yeah.
Correct.
Then
10%.
Yes.
10% into H3 is the true value.
Yeah. Then that's
Comma.
right. Then comma. That yes.
Then
I put
again
that
if
back. Yeah.
D3 equal to
Now,
sales, comma
15%. Now true value I am going to give. Yeah, that's what
Correct.
value is true. And in here I just say 10% of 25. How much is the percent for sales? 25%.
15.
15%. 15% of
H3,
H3. That's right.
comma,
Now, comma, this is a true value.
correct.
Then comma, then again I just put if
Perfect. D3 equal to, now you check for
D3 is
finance.
equal to, yeah, D3 is equal to if I open the bracket, yes. If
D3 equal to finance.
D3 is equal to double quote finance, quote finish, then comma, true value, and just say 20%
20% of H3,
of H3,
comma.
comma,
Now you have only three conditions. There are no more conditions.
normal condition. So I
So
put
what?
0.
Correct. Perfect. Now close the bracket
So
three
and then
times.
why? Because I had just 3 times open it. Perfect.
So you should
Made my
get the
job.
first value as 1750.
Yeah.
Now just double click it.
Yeah, that's right. That also I'm using by practice. I'm
Habit
just
by
using
habit.
control key. No need for that. Yes. Okay. Now 100 value counts are there, but I just create control shift L and control shift L. I just create. I don't know how many values are there. Right.
I think you should be
Yeah,
getting it
put
at 35.
35
35.
values.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Amar.
Welcome.
I just come back to you for so many. Normally, I just come across so many problems. I just record all those things and just fix up the specific timing. In future, I just arrange a session. Everything I can make a payment for you. Don't worry about that part.
No, that's okay. That is not a problem.
I just have the
See,
very.
one thing is understanding the concept. That is very nice, very good. But how do you use the concept that you have learned in your daily work? That is more important.
Yeah, that's right.
ಈಗ ಒಂದು
No,
ಎಲ್ಲ
this way, this multiple ifs and other stuff, I struggle that I just left it out. There are people I just went there and then they could not explain to me properly or something. This you just made it in 15 minutes. Really, I'm just telling the if and the multiple ifs. The 6 hours or something, 9 hours probably. Then 10-15 minutes you clarified that thing.
Okay.
And another thing is, I just always open the box. That's what I just always a function box. I just open the box. Now you make it this way also. That day also I just noticed when I just learned the macro, you make me to just go for the program and other stuff. You just give me some logical statements. You made my job. That time itself just felt. That's why I just thought of learning this advanced Excel.
Correct. Because see, you have, if you remember, I think in the first session or second session, we had used
Yeah.
if in macros also.
Yeah.
But if you remember, we had created our own function called as vote.
Yeah.
In vote, we
Vote,
had used if. Okay.
Yeah.
But in macros, you need to write if, then condition, then do something like that.
Yeah, correct. Here it is.
So unless you are very clear with this if, that will be a little bit confusing.
Yeah,
Then you
correct.
need to use and if, else if, and if. So once you understand this logic, that will be very easy for you.
Yeah.
Only thing is that there is a slight change in the statement.
That day itself, I could understand that the function, the vote, and then they calculate tax also, I could understand that part. So you made that part easier. That's why I'm able to easily understand this. So compared to that, this is more easier.
This is
Then if
more
I
easy.
just done that macro also, I just gone through the videos once again. Then only I started learning about that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, how many arguments have we used inside and here? Inside and, we have used how many arguments?
Here D3 is equal to C, E3 is equal to C, 2 arguments.
2 arguments inside and.
Yeah.
And what about nested ifs? How many ifs?
There are 3 ifs.
Correct. So you have one main if and you have 2 nested ifs.
Yes.
Nesting means just inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Like this.
No. Wait. We can just put 1 minute. Just put 3. I think 1 minute.
Main if is the outside one.
Yeah.
You have 2 more ifs.
Yeah. Alt IR.
Alt IR to add a row.
No, I'm just seeing the formulas. I forgotten. Alt plus.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh. The main if goes to that. There is only 1 if is there.
Correct.
And then there are 2 ifs only used. Totally 3 only used. Okay.
Correct. So 1 main if plus 2 nested ifs. Nested means inside the main one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like we have given 2 arguments inside and like this, the maximum number of arguments that can be given inside a and or is 255.
Oh.
நம்ம வந்து and குள்ள ரெண்டு ஆர்குமெண்ட் தான் கொடுத்திருக்கோம்.
ஆமா.
அதே மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து 255 ஆர்குமெண்ட்ஸ் இல்லடா கண்டிஷன்ஸ் கொடுக்கலாம் and குள்ள.
Okay.
and குள்ள இல்லடா or குள்ள you can give 255 conditions. Like that. Here we have used 1 main if plus 2 nested ifs. Like that. The maximum you can give is 1 plus 64.
Oh, 1
ஒரு
plus
main if அதுக்குள்ள இன்னும் 64 ifs நம்ம கொடுக்கலாம். That is the maximum. That is the, you can say, limit maximum number of the conditions or argument that you can give. But hardly you use maximum 6 or 7. அவ்வளவுதான், அதுக்கு மேல யூஸ் பண்ணது. But you have the provision for that. Maximum you can give 1 plus 64. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Suppose I want to select the data from salary. From the salary, I want to select the entire data up to the last row of nested ifs. So normally, if you try to select it using the mouse, then you need to go on dragging it. Instead of that, you select the cell, the starting cell, then you press Control Shift down arrow, right arrow. I'll show it once again. I'll show it once again. See, where is my starting cell? H3.
Yeah.
Now from H3, I want to go down. I want to come down. So you press Control Shift down arrow. Now Control Shift down arrow press pannomna, the same column till the last row it will select.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to the right hand side. So don't leave the Control Shift. Keep the Control Shift pressed. Then you select you press the right arrow key. So the entire data will be selected. So even if you have a huge database, this combination will select the whole data. So you don't have to drag it or use the Control Shift and down arrow every time. Shift down arrow. You just press Control Shift down, then right.
Right.
Or you can also press. Or you can also press Control Shift, right arrow, then down arrow, whichever is convenient. Okay. Now, suppose I want to change the format. I want to display the values in decimal format. Decimal format means 17,500.00. So normally what we do is, you click on this format. You can see in the home tab, there is a general format. You click on the drop down and you select number format. Okay, that is one method. Illata on there, you can also right click and select format cells. And from this window, you select the format that you want. Okay, that is one method. Or we can also use some keyboard shortcuts. Okay, now suppose I want to display these values in decimal places. You press Control Shift 1. Control Shift 1 press pannamna, automatically whatever range you have selected, that will be converted to number format. Okay. Then if I press Control Shift 2, Control Shift 2 will convert into time format. Control Shift 3 date format.
See, okay.
So you have everything is in a sequence. Control Shift 4, currency format. Control Shift 5, percentage format. That means you don't have to multiply it by 100 or change the format to percentage. Then again to come back to the normal format, Control Shift tilde.
Tilde, what you are using? Why you are using the tilde?
To come back to the normal format, general format. ನಮ್ಮ original format le ಬರ್ತದೆ Control Shift tilde. So I'll write it down. Control plus Shift plus 1. That is for number format.
Okay.
I'll copy and paste it in the chat if you want.
I copied it.
Okay, fine. Now, in my case, when I press Control Shift 4, that is for changing into the currency format, I get rupee symbol here. Okay. You must be getting dollars or some other format.
Dirhams.
Correct. So if you want to change that, if you want to change the currency symbol, then you need to go to format and you have a symbol here. In the symbol, what does symbol you want? 7 for Abu Dhabi ADP.
AED.
Yeah. AED. Okay.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
AED.
So select all and then just
AED. Okay, this much is clear?
Yeah, clear. Very clear.
Now, select the sheet called as EMPINF. Now, what needs to be done here is, suppose I enter any employee code, say 54. I should automatically get the name, region, department, and salary of that employee. And all the information is stored in this payroll sheet. This is your master database. From here, I want to just pick up the values and display it here. Okay. So for this, we have a function called as VLOOKUP. Perfect. So VLOOKUP is mainly used to search for information in a database, search and retrieve it, and it can also be used to compare values between two sheets. நம்ம வந்து two sheets compare பண்ணோம்னா அங்கே நம்ம வந்து we can use a VLOOKUP for that.
For that only, you just told me that day that go to the taskbar, side by side, you can get the sheets, right?
Huh. Nay.
Underneath.
If you want to compare it, then we can use VLOOKUP also. That looking at side by side is you are checking it manually.
Yeah.
But using VLOOKUP, we can also compare. Okay, we'll take an example of that also.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like if function, VLOOKUP is also a function. So it will have some arguments. So let us see what are the arguments here. VLOOKUP has 4 arguments. Lookup value. Then you have table array, column index, number, and you have range lookup.
These are all called what? These
Arguments.
Arguments. Yeah.
If you want to see what are arguments, you just type equal to VLOOKUP, and the moment you open the bracket, you will get the list of all the arguments here. So you can see lookup value, table array, column index number, range lookup. நம்ம வந்து எந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனோட நம்ம வந்து ஈக்குவல் டு ஓப்பன் அப் பண்ணாலும் அதோட லிஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆர்குமெண்ட்ஸ் இட் will automatically display.
Automatically. Yes. Okay. Fine.
Now the lookup value is the base value. So in our case, what is the base value? The employee code is the base
D3.
value. D3, correct. So using the employee code, I am getting all the information like name, region, department, salary. So even in your database, you should have a base value. The base value or the lookup value should be unique. This is very important. Unique in table array. Now, unique in table array means what? This employee code is the lookup value. So table array is the payroll sheet. Payroll sheet is the main database. So in the payroll sheet, I should not have 2 employees with the same code. I should not have something like this. So here Suraj and Meera both have the same employee code. So in this case, if I use a VLOOKUP, it will give me only information about the first 75 it finds. So in this case, it will give me all the information about Suraj, but not about Meera.
Yes.
But if I sort the database on the first name, now first name la sort pantena, then I will get all the information about Meera, but not about Suraj.
Yes.
Because when I sort it, the information about Meera will go up.
Correct.
So when you have multiple values, VLOOKUP is always going to give me the first instance that it finds, not the other ones.
Okay.
So that is why we say that the lookup value should be always unique. So we are doing a lookup on the employee code because employee codes are supposed to be unique. We are not doing it on a name because names can be duplicated. We can have multiple employees with the same name, right? Then you have table array. So table array is the master database which has all the information. In this table array, you have many columns. You have employee code column, first name column, last name column, department column. So how will the VLOOKUP function know that you want information from which column? That is given by the column index number. So the column index number is a numerical value, will be a number, and it will be always counted from the starting of a table array, from the beginning of the table array. So the column index number will be always a numerical value. So if I want the first name, my column index number is going to be first column. First name is the second column. So my column index number will be just 2. If I want the department, then the department is the 4th column. So my column index number is going to be 4. And if I give the column index number as 4, I will get the department of that particular employee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have one more argument, that is the range lookup. Now, suppose I type the employee code as A54. Instead of 54, I'm typing it as A50. Now, you don't have your employee with the code A54 in this table array.
Right.
So your VLOOKUP will give you a NA. NA means
Right.
not available.
Not available.
So when you want the VLOOKUP function to search for a exact match means this employee code should exactly match the employee code that is in the table array. So then you give the range lookup as 0. Range lookup equal to 0. 0 means you are telling VLOOKUP that give me a exact match. Most of the times you will be doing a VLOOKUP using exact match. Okay, but there are some times when you want the VLOOKUP to search for a approximate match. So when you give the range lookup as 1, that means you are telling VLOOKUP that give me a approximate match. And the approximate match works only with numerical values, not with text. Suppose you want to search for a value which is between 0 to 100 or 101 to 200. Here I am not searching for a exact value. Here I am searching for a value which is between 0 to 100 or between 101 to 200. So in this case, if I want to use a VLOOKUP, use the range lookup as 1. Okay, we'll see example of this also, range lookup 1. Then it will be much more clear. Okay, first we'll go for a exact match. So now I want the name here. So I'll keep my cell there equal to VLOOKUP. Lookup value will be this D3. I want whose name? I want the employee whose code is in D3. Next argument is table array. Table array means from where I want to pick up the value. So that is your payroll sheet. So click on the payroll sheet, click on the head of a column. One method is I can select the actual database, A1 to H101, or you can Control A will not work here because we are using that, we are typing out the argument. But Control A will work if you are using that function argument box. Okay. So here I am selecting from the A column. I am selecting the entire A column. Then I am going to the H column, A to H. Now once I select the table array, once you select the table array, don't click on that EMPNF again. If I click on the EMPNF, it will take the range of EMPNF as a table array. We see the sheet name has changed. So once you select the table array, don't click anywhere, just give a comma. It will automatically go to the formula bar. Okay, then 2 because I want the information on the second column, comma 0 because I'm looking for an exact match. So it is giving me an A because A54 does not match 54. So the moment I make it 54 here, it should give me the name of that particular employee. So once I get all the information using
Why you
VLOOKUP,
put 2? You 2 put approx.
2 because in the payroll sheet, I want the information from the second column.
Right. Okay. Right. Number of columns.
Okay.
Yes.
Now if I change this, 2 and if I change it to 4, it will give me the department of that particular employee. Because 4 is the fourth column in the, this is the first column, second column, third column, fourth. So once I get all the information, I just need to change the column index, the employee code, and automatically everything will change. Now, can you try this? Can you try to get the names?
This is easy for me. Okay. No issues. Yeah, done.
Now, how will you
Now,
get
see,
the?
now I understood the logics behind this. What are things I just learned is you give me, now I am previously, normally I open the box and do it.
Okay.
Now you just given me just arguments, I write the arguments and then I am just seeing the, what do you call
Correct.
this, lookup I'm just seeing the arguments and the true value, the false, exact match, all these things. The
Correct.
recent,
Correct.
everything been done, yeah.
Because tomorrow, even if you make a error, then you should know that how is the error coming, why the error is coming.
Right.
Maybe I have not selected the table array correctly, or maybe I have not given the exact match. So unless you know the logic, you can't find where the error is coming from. Now, how will I get the region?
Region, I just go and copy it. Normally, I just, what do? I just copy
Correct,
it,
perfect,
Control C,
correct.
and then
But now if I copy it, let us say Control
constant, I
C.
make it D3 constant.
Correct, correct, correct. Very good.
Shift
So
A.
you lock D3, then you copy and paste it, Control C, Control V, and just change the column index number. Now, for getting the region, just instead of 2, you make it 5 because region is the fifth column. Department will be 4, and salaries, I think 8.
Region is E.
Region is 5,
5.
department 4, salaries 8.
I am getting a reference. D3 payroll ANP. Because I had to just change the using also.
Column index number. Change one.
No, I just selected only 2 columns. Now I have to just
Okay,
select
okay, okay,
H.
okay. Huh. That is why I selected up to H, because when you select up to H, you just need to change the column index number. Else, every time you need to select that many columns.
Yes, yeah. So the department is 4.
Correct.
That,
Now, what if I want the full name? Now, Chetan is just the first name. I want the last name also.
I just normally just concatenate.
Concatenate.
Yeah,
Concatenate.
concatenate, yeah. Concatenate I'll do. So Raja is there. Now,
Now, suppose I have a name like this, Sachin Tendulkar.
yeah.
Now, suppose I want to merge it. There are 2 methods. One method is, like you said, concatenate. Concatenate first name, comma, last name. Now, if I want a space between this, you give a space in double quotes.
Concatenate,
I
yeah.
will get a space. Okay, this is one method. Or I told you earlier that there is a and symbol. You can use the and symbol also. So I will say first name and last name. So even this will merge. It will join. Only thing is that if I'm using and, again, if I want to give a space between this, again I need to use and like this. So and is basically used to join. So either you can use concatenate or you can also use and function. And symbol.
I see.
So and symbol on the we ideally use it while programming. Programming on the if you want to merge or concatenate, you use and symbol. But other one the Excel use பண்ணலாம். Okay. So what I will do is I'm getting these values when I'm using a VLOOKUP. So I'll put the entire VLOOKUP inside concatenate. So equal to concatenate. First VLOOKUP will give me the first name. Then I want a space. So give a space in double quotes. Again comma. Then again a VLOOKUP. Only thing is that in the second VLOOKUP, I don't want the first name again. So I'll give the column index number as 3. So I get the whole name. Only thing is that you need to use VLOOKUP 2 times. Once for getting the first name, again for getting the second name, and put that inside concatenate.
Excellent.
This is one method, or you can also do the concatenate in your main database. Then you take the reference of that.
This is much easier, right?
This is much. One thing is this is easier. Second thing is that you are not making any changes to the original database. The original database it will be as it is, but you are making the changes here.
Okay.
I'll paste it in the chat window if you want.
Anyhow, I'll get the video. No, I just am writing. No issues.
Okay.
That is what I'm just finding it. The other day also, I'm finding it very comfortable now because of the videos. Afterwards, only I just thought of now I have the confidence that I can learn the macros. Because I have the videos, correct. 1 or 2 times I just write and by hearted practice possible. Only thing is I had to spend some time. That's all. So today only I just watched all the videos 2 times. One day, 6 hours I just watched it. Then I just gained some confidence.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Fine.
That's good.
Now I don't want to type the employee code. Okay. So what we can do is we can also create a drop down here. Okay. So for creating a drop down, what you do is first you select the cell where you want to create the drop down. Then you click on data tab, and you have data validation, the data tools group. Then we select allow list, and in the source, now this is linked to the payroll sheet. So keep your cursor on the source, click on payroll sheet, and select the entire employee code column. Then click on OK, and you get a drop down here. Okay. Now the advantage here is that if I try to select if I type any employee code which is not there, it will not allow me. Okay. And if you want the values to come in sorted manner, you go to the payroll sheet and sort it on the on the employee code, and automatically it will show it in a sorted manner here also. In the source sort panna automatically it will sort.
Here also sorted out.
Here also it will be sorted.
Why that Sayesh Tripathi has just gone and mic
mute?
He is listening also, right?
Yeah, no. He was. He thought that today we'll be doing macros. So he had joined, and he already has a knowledge of advanced Excel. So he's gone on mute.
Okay.
So now what I want you to do is, I'll give you some classwork here in the calculation sheet. Not classwork, homework. Here in the calculation sheet, I want you to give a bonus. Give a bonus for employees whose salary is 1,000 to 15,000. Okay. This will be your homework. That means employees whose salary is less than 10,000, they should not get the bonus. Also, employees whose salary is more than 15,000, even they should not get the bonus. Only the employees whose salary is between 10 to 15,000 should get the bonus. Okay.
How much is the amount then? This is the argument. There should be a true value should be there, right?
Correct.
How much is? Yeah.
Okay, let us filter it on
Yeah,
this way. So salary between 10,000 and 15,000. So 25% should get the bonus. The count should be 25.
Or they get 25%.
25 employees should have got the bonus if I'm using this particular condition. Like in sales and finance, we had 25. Before 1990, we had 65 employees. So between 10 and 15, we should have 25 employees who should be getting the bonus. Fine. So today we have covered.
Yes.
So we started with references. We saw logical functions. Logical functions like if, and, or, this. References, we saw three types of references: relative,
Absolute, and mixed.
Absolute, and mixed. Then we saw VLOOKUP. Then we saw how to create a drop down. So tomorrow we'll see.
It is next week you can do.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
You want to do it tomorrow or you want to do it next week?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? It's okay, right? We'll have continuous sessions. That is what I have a plan.
No. I am very flexible.
Okay.
If you want, we can. If you want, we can do tomorrow, or we can do it next week also. Not at all.
Next week or in between also. What about the schedule? In between also, we can just have 2 hours like that. Instead of having 3 hours.
Correct. 3 hours becomes very hectic,
right? Very stressful. Yeah. For you also it is right? Continuously.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So when COVID was not there, we used to conduct 8 hours. So we had corporate trainings was normally 8 hours per day. So sometimes I have 2 days, 3 days continuous. Right. So it is not a problem for me. But
for me, it's fine. Yeah, it is better to just to do practice and the stuff here.
Correct. So you can practice in between also. So we do it next
I'll
Friday.
WhatsApp you tomorrow. I'll just WhatsApp to you.
Okay, fine.
Then we
so
can
in the next session, we'll be learning about condition formatting. Then we'll learn about sorting, filters, then advanced filters, then subtotals, and then pivot with slicers. This will be day 2.
That we can split it into 2 parts also.
So if you want to do it 2 hours, then condition formatting, sorting, filters, advanced filters, we can cover it in 2 hours. In the next 2 hours, we can go for subtotals and pivot with slicers. We can do it like that. Yeah, fine. You just WhatsApp me which day is convenient for you, and even the timing. So if I'm free on that timing, we can again get back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whenever you are free, then you can just do it.
Okay, fine. Okay, then take care.
Okay, man. Thank you.
All right, Shiva. So, all right, Shiva. It was a pleasure sitting with you, and like Amardeep, even I am an Excel trainer. So session was very interactive. Yes. Amardeep is macros expert as well. That is added advantage for him. I just wanted to see just a glimpse of macros. That is why probably I was over here. But it was good that today's session was based on Excel. So even I was reading, although it was Excel. So even I was in the entire session, and hope to catch up with both of you again, maybe in future.
Sure,
Whether
sure.
it is related
Yeah.
to Excel or maybe related to VBA, as and when I'd be getting time.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. Shiva, I hope whatever things has been covered by Amardeep was perfectly well versed with you now.
Yeah.
Is well versed with you now.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
100%. Agree
and
with that.
and I think he has made the session very interactive.
Yeah. Amar, you are good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Thank
Saish.
you,
Thank you.
Amardeep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Chalo.
Shiva.
Bye bye then.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Good night.